Welcome everybody to the Gnoblin Gaming Podcast. Today I'm with my friends Mark and Ethan, and they will be
Hey,
discussing. Hi.
Hello.
They
hey
will be
guys.
discussing.
Ready to talk about
Okay,
games?
do your intro. Do your intro.
They will be talking about their views on popular video games. They sent me a list, so I'd like to hear your thoughts on these games.
Okay.
Let's start with Skyrim. I heard you guys were playing that. What do you think of that
Yeah,
game?
I recently got Skyrim, and I honestly can't get enough of it. I think even though the game is almost a decade old, it's still one of the best story
Open world
built.
games, you know?
Like it's one of the best open world games of ever. And
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's like because it's like something that's never really been seen before. Like all the different mechanics in it have never been seen in different Elder Scrolls series or like anything in like the Fallout games that
Mhm.
Bethesda's made. I think it's like it's really innovative, and like that's why so many different platforms have integrated it. Like it's been on the PS3, it's been on the PS4, it's been on. I'm pretty sure it's coming out for the PlayStation 5 pretty soon. It's
Mhm.
on the Nintendo Switch. It's on Xbox One. It's on PC
yeah,
too.
it's on a lot of places. Yeah,
Yeah,
I really, yeah, I
it's just like a very great game. Like Ethan, your thoughts, your thoughts.
Yeah, I mean, that's kind of what I thought as well. I mean, just the game was just, I mean, the Elder Scrolls games are already fairly good and well known to
Yeah,
begin with,
yeah.
but then this game kind of just, it's just the cherry on top, you know?
That's just like
yeah,
just
And I think that's
skyrocketed.
why it's just a huge success.
yeah. I agree.
Now, I
It's
haven't
a great
actually
game.
played the game a lot myself, though, so I can't say if the
I
gameplay
I've
is
played it.
perfect or not.
I've played it tons, and while there are a few glitches in the game, like in the early version, they have been fixed in the later versions.
Okay,
So
that's good
like,
to know.
but some of the glitches are funny. Like I was riding my horse and I
Yeah.
jumped, and my horse just started floating. So that was fun. That was funny to watch. A lot of
So if
other
you
Yeah,
were
funny
glitches
to rate
moments
the
is
if you were to rate the game, uh,
on a
one
scale
to
of what?
10, 10 being the
one
best.
one to
What is the
10.
best?
I would honestly give it like an 8. Like I really like it.
I'd give it like a 8.5, maybe.
Okay,
Yeah,
so
eight and a half.
we'll just
Hmm.
rank all the games we talk about. So that was good. Let's segue to
Yeah,
our next game you listed, which was Sea of Thieves.
Yeah,
Sea of Thieves. I
I know for a fact I don't think Mark has played this game.
I've never played this game, but I have seen different playthroughs of it. And just seeing the playthroughs, I honestly think that it's just a really, really fun game.
Ethan, with first-hand experience, what do you think of the game?
Yeah, first-hand experience. Okay, I have played this game way too much. It is just really fun, just really addicting. It's a beautiful game. Like, even on the lowest graphical settings, it still looks amazing, and I think that's really impressive. I mean, the game came out in what 2018, I think, so it's fairly recent. But
Yeah,
yeah, I
great.
mean, there's not really much else to say.
If
The
you were
Yeah.
to give
soundtrack
it
is
from
really
1 to
good as
10,
well.
what would you give it as a rating?
I think right now I would probably give it a 9.
Nice. Okay, so if you haven't, check
Definitely
out
would
Sea of
recommend.
Thieves.
Yeah,
Okay,
I'm.
next
I
we
want to check out
have
Sea of Thieves.
Yeah, okay. Next, we will talk about No Man's Sky. I have not played this personally. Tell me about your experience.
I haven't even heard of this game before. Like what? What's No Man's Sky? Ethan, can you elaborate on what exactly this game is?
So basically, it's a game that takes place in the far future, and you're basically just an astronaut who's exploring the worlds, and you gather resources and do tasks and just explore the whole galaxy. This is by far the biggest video game map of all time, I'm pretty sure. There's just so
Nice,
many
nice.
planets.
I'd
Like
like to
what?
fact check that.
Give us some examples of the planets. Like what? Like different mechanics do different planets have?
Well, there are planets. The planet you spawn on has a lot of radiation, so you have to collect resources to like recharge your radiation resistance kind of factor in your spacesuit. And then other
Uh
planets
huh.
are really like tropical, and others are just hellscapes that are really hot. And there are a bunch of animals, and you can trade
Yeah,
with other
yeah.
alien species. It's it's fairly deep. When the game first
Oh.
came out, it wasn't that good, but I feel like the developers have really done a great job of turning the game around.
Yeah,
So what would you?
that's one
Well,
to check out.
what rating would you give it?
I'd give it a 7.5 right now. Still a
Seven and
little
a
bit
Nice.
more
half.
to
That's
still a
actually
little bit
pretty
more to
good.
be done, but I think
So
it
on our
definitely got a lot of
scale,
potential to be great.
Skyrim is in the lead on our scale right now, right?
Yeah.
Out of all these? Okay.
I would say Skyrim's in the lead, yeah.
Okay, next we have Terraria, also known as 2D
Terraria,
Minecraft.
Terraria is honestly a great game. I love the different variety of weapons and equipment that you can get. The boss fights are fun and interesting. A lot of people say that it's like a ripoff of Minecraft, but that's just not true because Minecraft and Terraria are completely two separate games. While they do seem similar, they're, in all honesty, they're not.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have played this one too, and it just has so much stuff you can do, like so many weapons, so many like tools and gadgets, and like you have to
It's
build your
kind of hard to keep
houses.
track of it all.
Yeah, it's a
Yeah.
lot, and then there's like so many different biomes. Like I bet there's more than Minecraft, and then like you actually have to dig down and then find lava and all that. What would you say is your favorite boss in Terraria?
I would
my
say the giant
favorite boss would
giant
probably be
eye.
Skeletron Prime.
Yeah.
Pretty cool.
Giant eyeball. Can't remember his name though.
I think it's Eye of Cthulhu. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, that's what it is.
It
That's
doesn't
what it
really
is.
matter what his name is.
I forget.
Yeah, just a giant eyeball.
I like the Eater of Worlds. He's pretty cool.
Okay.
Yeah. All right.
Okay. So what would you give that on the list?
I give it a 7.
I give it an 8.
Nice. Okay, next on our list is Jedi Fallen Order. I have not played this personally. What are your thoughts?
I have played snippets of it at one of my friends' house. I don't have the game myself, but I have played it before. Fallen Order, I believe to be probably one of the best Star Wars games of our modern time because
Definitely.
you can fully customize your lightsaber, which is honestly really cool.
Very cool.
No other Star Wars game has really like done something like that before, where you can like just build your own lightsaber. So yeah, and the mechanics of it are just really cool.
The the gameplay itself is actually pretty good. There are a few like tough spots that are, but most of them are just mini bosses that you can optionally go after.
Yeah.
So the game itself doesn't really feel that repetitive. And so I just feel like it's a great Star Wars game overall.
Yeah, and has more like single player focused instead of like Battlefront 2. Like stuff like that.
Yeah.
'Cause, I mean, Battlefront 2's campaign was kind of trash. I'm not gonna
Subpar.
lie.
It was kind
Yeah.
of bad.
But anyway, back to Fallen Order.
Yeah, Fallen
The
Order.
combat is really good. I
love the story of it.
really like the game.
I love how like you can actually like there's like I remember the scene very fondly, but there's a scene
Is there
in the
spoilers?
game. Okay, yeah, well not really, but there's a scene in the game where Vader's like pushing back water. Like I remember because like a wave was coming in and he was like pushing back the water, and you can see like it was like subtle details that you could see Vader struggling like with it, and I just found that detail like really incredible.
Yeah, I like
Because like
games that are like very
because like as
no matter
powerful like as powerful as Vader is, he still has his limits, and that game showed it really well.
yeah, and like
Yeah.
all those little details I like games where it's like no matter how you choose to like tackle a situation, they have a way for you to do it. So there's not one way to do everything. You can do it the way you
Yeah,
want
there are
to do
like
it
there are
Mhm.
different ways.
to approach every challenge.
Yeah, and I love the different force powers that you can get from it too. Like there's a lot of different force powers that we like never seen before, but there are a lot that are very familiar to us, and I think the combination of those are just really incredible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what would you give that on a scale of 1 to 10?
I would give it an 8. It's
I'd
pretty
give it
good.
I'd give it an 8 as well. It's a pretty good game.
Nice. Okay. We have another game. What do you think about the Among Us trend?
The Among Us trend. Okay. Now, recently, Among Us has like died down and stuff, but honestly, I think with the new release of the airship map, I think it's gonna start gaining popularity once again. Because I mean, new maps, new updates are gonna drive people back to the game.
Yeah.
What
But
do
I
you think
think
about it as a gameplay? Like the gameplay of the game and like interacting
okay,
with your friends?
the gameplay is simple, But the part where you interact with your friends and you can hop in Discord calls and then you mute yourself and there's like betrayal and all these kinds of different things, I find that part of it like just really incredible and something not a lot of games are able to do. Like it's like a game that's simple, but you actually have fun in it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't really
Okay.
have anything much else to add to that.
Yeah,
Like
it's
you don't
just
get a lot of games
just
like
so
that.
simple and so great.
Now,
Yeah.
what do you think
Next,
about Among Us, like with different YouTubers and stuff? Like we've seen like a bunch of YouTubers rise and different creators rise because of Among Us. Like we've seen Valkyrie, we've seen Corpse Husband come to power because of it.
yeah,
I think
because
they
there's so
deserve
many
it.
different ways like different YouTubers can interact with each other, and like it just brings popularity. Popular game, popular streamers makes the game more popular, makes the streamers more popular, and then it just rises, and it's just like great for both of them, and they both
Yeah,
influence. Yeah.
because like Corpse Husband, he used to do scary stories, with that deep voice, but they were all true, like scary, true stories. And then he
Yeah,
just
from his viewers or whatever.
and then he played Among Us once, and that video got like a lot of views. And then he started doing it again, and then he started playing with other streamers like Pokimane, Valkyrie, Jacksepticeye, a lot of other people. And yeah, I think we have like some of the most entertaining videos on YouTube right now are of different creators playing Among Us with each other.
Yeah, because anything could happen. They could like act a certain way, or like when one scenario, like both of them are imposter and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, every single game is kind of unique in its own right, isn't there? Are a lot of things that can happen.
Yeah.
Yeah. So another
Like
game I heard you guys wanted to talk about was Subnautica. What do you think of that?
I have not
Subnautica.
played this game,
I
so I
have
Okay,
can't
so
give
played
Mark.
much input on it.
I have played lots of this game. I've beaten it actually, and I can tell you that it is a absolutely wonderful game. It's the beta came out like a really long time ago. I don't exactly remember when, and a lot of people enjoyed it. There were glitches and different lagginess stuff because you could terraform before. You can't do that now, obviously, because it's way too laggy. But different like creators started making Subnautica videos, and it just started gaining popularity. And then they came up with the fully released version. One of my friends got it, and I played it there, and it was just an incredible experience because uh, Subnautica, the creatures in it are extremely frightening, but extremely cool looking. It adds this effect where like you want to look away from them, but you're just so intrigued by them that you can't.
Yeah, and it's another example of those open world games and like the
Yeah, it's a
collectibles.
great open world games, and like the different bios in there are extremely unique. Like there's a like kind of like a jellyfish electricity biome, and that's really cool. And I just have to point out that I love what the game did with the out of bounds section. So usually games would just have like a wall there, right?
Yeah.
Like stopping you. But what this game does is that it lets you keep going, but there's nothing there.
Oh.
I think it's called like the Badlands or something, but you wouldn't ever be able to survive in the Badlands because okay, so swimming around in the game are what's called ghost leviathans or ghost leviathans, and they're very scary to look at, and they're called ghost leviathans because you can see through them. Now, all the ones swimming around in the whole region of Subnautica are the baby ones. When you get to the Badlands, you actually encounter the big ones, and you have no chance of surviving. And I just really like what the game did to counteract the whole thing. Like we have this very limited space that we can use.
Yeah,
So
to make
like,
it feel more open and all that.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah, I see all the games that
yeah.
we have rated high are like open world type of
World
games
game,
like
yeah,
Skyrim and
Yeah,
Terraria and like all those where you can like do it
yeah,
in a certain order the way you want. You don't really have to do it the way
yeah.
it's
There's
yeah.
a
meant to be.
right way to play Minecraft or
There's a right way to
Terraria.
play. There's a right way to play like Fallen Order. There's a right way to play No Man's Sky. But there's never a right way to play these open world games. Like you can do whatever you want. In Skyrim, you can kill whoever you want as long as it doesn't affect the story. In Subnautica,
Yeah,
You can do whatever you want. You can make bases. You can just do whatever, and it's just an incredible experience.
Hmm.
yeah, and with those open world games, I would also add Red Dead Redemption 2. That is probably my favorite game of all time because of
Red
the
Dead
open
Redemption,
world.
Red Dead Redemption is a good game. It's a very big game, and
Very
it
big.
has prompted a lot of good moments.
Hmm.
Yeah, I like the story a lot, what they did with the character and everything, and how the world is so big and you can do whatever you want. Like, you could kill, like, the fur trapper or something, but, like, you kind of need him to get advancements, and so he'll just respawn, like, after you die or whatever, but, like, you can do anything, and all the little things you do, like, if you're good in this scenario, then, like, way down the line, someone's going to say something a little different than if you were to play a different way. And I
Hmm.
just really like games that are like, you can approach it any way you want.
Yeah, the games that don't really stop you from playing how you want to play.
Everyone has their own play style. That just like the Among Us thing. Some people
Yeah,
like to
yeah,
act like a certain way to trick everybody. It's just like with all these games. It's like you can play any way you want to play.
yeah, exactly. That's what I like. That's what I like about all these games that we've reviewed. Like
Yeah.
they
Yeah,
let you choose.
it's been a great podcast. Thank you all for joining.
You're welcome.
Mark, you get 15 seconds to have any shout outs or say anything you want. Go.
I just love coming on this channel because I just love talking about games and stuff. So yeah, I'm happy to be here.
Okay, nice. Ethan, you have 15 seconds to have any shout outs or say anything. Go.
I don't really have anything to say. Just I guess subscribe to the channel.
Yeah,
Well,
subscribe.
thank
Definitely subscribe.
Hopefully, we can do one in
thank you.
the future with other people.
Yeah, like
Yeah,
we could
I
get
hope to.
maybe we could get like more people reviewing a lot more games, and we would have like more time to review stuff.
Yeah, and we could have all these different people doing different stuff. Like somebody reviews this game, puts it on the channel. It could be a
Mm.
group effort.
Next time we should definitely like talk about Minecraft because that had a really big surge, like coming back with like Dream and stuff. Like that was one of the bigger games that came out of 2020.
Yeah, this was just the first episode, just trying things out, seeing if everybody likes this
Yeah,
podcast style.
Yeah.
yeah. I kind of like this. I like being here. Like this is fun.
Yeah, good conversations, everybody.
All
Uh,
right.
Yeah, yeah.
thank you all for listening to the podcast. I hope you enjoyed. Thank you, Mark and Ethan, for coming on to the podcast talking about games, and I will see you all later. Like and subscribe. Goodbye.